Oh, I can't believe I'm here with you. Amelia Earhart, how are you? It is such an honor to speak with you. May I call you Amelia?
Oh, hi, Nancy. It's nice to meet you too. And yes, please call me Amelia.
Amelia, I'd like to ask you a few questions. One thing I'm curious about is what was your childhood? What was it like for you growing up? Can you tell me about that?
Yes, well, I was born in Kansas in 1897, and I was what you call a tomboy. My mummy, she wanted me to be a proper lady, and I just wasn't a girly girl. And because of that, we had disagreements. I was always bursting with energy and always climbing trees and shooting rats. So my mother had her hands full.
It does sound like you were a little bit rambunctious, but what a terrific woman, and so determined and so confident that you were going to do a flight across the Atlantic and across the world. So the next question was, what was your first flight like?
Rambunctious, yes. But I learned to fly an airplane in 1938, and I was the first female to cross the Atlantic, but I was just the passenger. People made a big deal about that, but I kind of felt like I was a sack of potatoes.
You were more than a sack of potatoes, but when did you fly alone?
Well, I saved my money and I bought a bright yellow biplane. And I flew across the Atlantic by myself, on my own, eventually. But Nancy, I actually ended up flying across the world several years later. But unfortunately, the weather was really horrible and we had all kinds of obstacles. I had a navigator sitting across from me, and we soon learned that the map was inaccurate. And unfortunately, it was the last time we were ever heard from. Well, thank you very much, Nancy. I'm glad we had the chance to talk.